This dash cam's really small, but does it work well? Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and you're driving and someone hits you, and then they say it's your fault. What is your recourse? That's where these devices come in. This is the Nextbase Piqo 2K Smart Dashcam. And the idea is that you stick it on your windshield and then it just records everything that it sees in the front of your vehicle as long as you're driving. So you can go back an hour later and review footage and say, you know, they said I hit them, but look at this video footage that shows that I was in my lane, I was driving the limit and everything, and they came out from some other lane and whacked into me. So I am not at fault here. This is their fault. So dash cams have become very popular because of just that reason. And this is a really interesting device. It's really designed to be minimally expensive and super easy to work with. And for the most part, it definitely succeeds. So the footage it's capturing, I guess that's the camera on this side, the footage it's capturing is 2K, so it's a 1440p Quad HD 30 frame per second sensor. And it is recording video footage as long as you're driving. And so you're thinking, well, what happens when the memory card fills up? So then it overwrites the oldest footage. So if you leave this in for a month and you say, oh, I really want to see what happened 3 weeks ago, you might be in trouble. So you can actually download the content and we can look at it. In fact, I have a demo coming up in just a minute or so, but let me tell you a little bit more about it. So it's front facing only. Sometimes you get into an Uber or a Lyft and they'll have a rear facing camera too, so it records both directions. So if there's some craziness that happens while they're driving or while you're driving, then you have that on footage too. But this is front facing only, which is probably the primary purpose for a dash cam. Has a 145-degree field of view and built-in GPS. One of the things I really like, and you can see even just in this tiny bit of footage, is that it actually includes the location of the footage, so you can always go back on a map and find exactly where it was. Additional features on this device are smart parking, though that has a G sensor, so if someone hits your car while you're parked, it will actually record the video. Now, there's a couple of caveats there. Number one, if they hit the back of your car, well, this is only pointing frontward, so it's not going to capture anything of value. And it needs a special update or addition for you to be able to use it in parking mode. Everything else works without having to get additional hardware, so this is fairly self-contained. It does have an emergency SOS feature, which is also cool, with a very modest subscription that gives you cloud storage for your footage that also gives you an actual SOS where you can actually connect to emergency services. But this has a simple light version where it's voice activated, so you can say, Nexi, start witness mode, and it will actually lock the video that it's recording, because that also includes audio, and it will notify the person that you've set up in the software itself that you're in an emergency situation. So kind of an interesting idea. They also have auto lock collision footage, so if you have this running and you get into an accident, the sensors will detect that's what's happened and it'll automatically lock that footage to make sure that it can't be overwritten, and that can be really helpful. And then there's a guardian mode, so if you're like me and you're a parent and you have had teenagers who's like, hey, can I borrow the car? You can set this so that it actually has limit and location limitations, and then it will actually save and lock the footage if they go beyond that. So then you can come back and review the footage and say, so looks like on the highway you were going 35 miles an hour over the limit. Let's have a talk about that. Hopefully you don't have to do that, but all these interesting additional features. But of course, 99% of what you're going to do is basically install it and forget it. So it's just going to sit there. It does need power, so it does come with a cord, and the cord, the connection to the dash cam can go down and you just have a wire running down, which is how I did it, or you can actually do it up and then you can actually tuck the wire along maybe the visor or something like that. So there's actually install kits you can get to make it work even better. And one of the things I really like about this is it's USB-C on the other end of the wire. So if you have a modern car with a USB-C outlet, you can just plug it in and boom, you're going. If not, if it's an older car, you might have a 12-volt cigarette plug, and it comes with one of those, and that's an adapter. And what's nice is there's two USB-C connections, so you can plug this in and you can still plug your phone in or whatever else you might need to charge or power up, like a radar detector. So they've thought all that through, and it does include, and you can see here, a 32 gig micro SD card, which might sound big, but that's about 2 hours of footage because it records in two versions of the actual video. So let me just, we're gonna start moving into some demos. So here's some footage in the lower resolution recording. And then this is the same footage in the higher resolution recording. So it records 1 minute chunks, which is adjustable in settings, the company tells me, but it records by default in 1 minute chunks in both formats. So that's part of why that 32 gig only gives you about 2 hours of footage. But seriously, enough talking. Let's look at some footage. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna speed it way up, and you're gonna see me drive to Denver International Airport, and then on the drive back, I'm gonna just jump straight to letting you hear the audio pickup so you can get that footage. And then we'll switch to some night footage so you can see how it does with its night sensor when it's a dark environment.
I'm on E470 coming out of Denver Airport, so it's fairly quiet this time of day, and you can see the beautiful Rocky Mountains in the distance, and there's a lot of snow on the mountains, but not so much snow around here because we get a lot of sunshine, and that tends to melt things pretty quickly.
There's no question the most important thing a dash cam does is record video, and I think it actually did a really good job. This is a budget device with not a lot of bells and whistles, and it did a good job. I could zoom in and I could see license plates and such, and I certainly have a sense of what that drive experience was like. Now, I want to also show you the app because it pairs with a smartphone app, and because it's USB-C, I don't have to go into the car to turn it on so we can try it. So I just happen to have a USB-C plug, so I'm going to get that going. And one of the things worth mentioning, other than that cheery sound, is you see this ring here? So this ring will give you feedback, and that's facing you when you're driving. So it's going to be blue or red, and it can flash. And some people have said that's very distracting. Some people have actually put a sticker or a piece of tape over it so they don't see it when they're driving at night. I think that's probably something that the company can just adjust with their software in the next rev. And the software overall, this is not the greatest software for a dash cam that I've ever seen, but you know, it's not an easy problem either. So let me get this recording going, and we should be able to connect to the device. And there we go, connected. We will look at the setup view. And so it's going to connect via Wi-Fi. And of course, normally I'd be doing this in my car. And this is something you would do so you can adjust the angle of it and everything so that it's pointing exactly the right way. So we want to connect to its own network. And it's really amazing that these little devices can create their own Wi-Fi networks nowadays. And It's going to turn it upside down so that we can see my ceiling rather than just see the black of the tablecloth. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So now you can see as I move this, there's a second or two delay. Maybe we can do it like this, so it's a little more interesting. It's upside down, but that's okay, because at least you can see that now we're getting live video from the device, and now we can go back and look at things like dashcam settings. And this is how you're going to change and update and modify it, because it has no display screen. There's really no functionality on the device itself, other than that little light up circle is actually a button, so it gives you a tiny bit of control. But you can see I can get into video settings, and I have it for 1440p at 30 frames per second. It's also recording audio, and we can get to setup here, and I can turn on or off things like smart parking. Again, if I don't have the accessories so that it has power even when my car's parked, then turning that on is not going to magically make it work. And then dash cam information gives you some firmware, which is important to upgrade the firmware. And that's pretty much what you get from the app. Now, I can go to the library and it will show me what videos are there if I sync it, or I can go to downloads and I can see what I have downloaded. Obviously, I haven't downloaded any videos yet. Let's go back to library and synchronize files. So it should actually get thumbnails from all the files that are on the device, which at this point is 2 hours worth of content. Now, one thing some people have said is that if you have a lot of content on here, that the app won't show you all of the footage. So I will tell you that my strategy has been to take the card out, put it in this little adapter, and then I can just put this SD card directly into my computer, and that's how I've pulled off the footage that you saw earlier. So it's a tiny bit tedious, but really not that big a deal, and I feel like it's easier than going through all of this with the app on the phone. So we're starting to see some footage. You can see that I have some protected video, and then we have here for the 2nd of February, it looks like there's some setup information, and then let's just pick this one because it's there. And from the 1st of February, here's this footage, and you know, this is as fast as the connection can run. I'm literally 4 inches away and I'm on this Wi-Fi. So you can see that it shows me the speed, and on the bottom it actually shows me the speed, and on the top in tiny print is the GPS location, and this is night view, so pretty cool actually. And if I want to, I can now download this. I can look at the location on a map. So there are a number of things I can do, and then we go to more on the bottom here. I will just show you there's yet more things you can set up. So I'm going to stop the demo there in the interest of this not being an hour-long video. But suffice to say, for its primary function, which is stick it on the windshield and then ignore it and forget about it and just let it record, it does a really good job. I'm actually pretty darn impressed, particularly at the price point. It's very affordable, it's easy to do and install, and because it's USB-C on both ends of that wire, it gives you a lot of flexibility. Don't have USB-C, then we have that 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter. No sweat. And it comes with a 32 gig memory card, and I can just pop it out of the side here. It's tricky. So that's a micro SD, also known as a TF card. And so now the device is complaining, but that's fine. So this is 32 gig. You can get much bigger cards that you could use instead. If you do that, double check the specs that it requires, because devices that stream video onto memory need really fast memory so that they don't lose any data. But that's really everything I got for you. I will say that optional subscription, it's $3.99 a month, and that gets you 180 days of cloud storage. So, you know, that gives you the ability to say, oh, well, let's go back 2 months and look at some of that. It also gives you a full emergency SOS feature, and it gives you an additional 2 years of warranty. I think this comes with a 1-year warranty. I'm not sure why they've added that rather than just give everyone a 3-year warranty, but hey, that's how they've chose to do it. So that's really everything I got for you. I actually like this a lot. My biggest complaint, I'm gonna unplug it. My biggest complaint with this is that it only comes with this extremely strong adhesive mount, and I actually mounted it on a loaner car and then had a bit of a struggle to get it back off. Now, that's probably part of its design, so it is good that when you put it on your car, on your windshield, and here's what it looks like on my windshield, then it's not going to just fall off because it's a hot day or something. But a lot of companies also include a suction cup and the ability to leave this on and take this off, for example. If I'm parking in a really dicey neighborhood, I don't necessarily want any electronics visible through the window. But this is not something you can take back off. So that might be something they have in a more expensive version of one of their dash cams, but that's everything I got for you. I think that for its primary functionality, it is a very good solution, and that 2K video is pretty darn crisp, and it's good at night. It's not fantastic. There are better solutions out there, but they're more expensive. So there's your trade-off. Anyway, that's what I got. I hope you found this to be of help and value. And I am going to ask for you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notifications. Give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. And if you think I should have done or tested or demoed something I didn't, leave that in the comments so that my next dash cam review will be even better. Woot. All right. This is the Nextbase Piqo 2K Smart Dashcam, and it is $129.99 at Amazon.com. So for the cost of what, dinner for $3 nowadays, you can get this, install it, plug it into your car, and then forget about it. And if you ever get into an accident or have any sort of issue, you can be confident that you're going to be able to pop the card or use the app and get that footage and have proof that what you say is actually what happened. And that can be an invaluable thing. So that's what I got. Hope to catch you in my next video.